is up, Yeousch Network? This is Jimmy, your Chaos Silencer, and along with being the head of the Director and Partnering Program for Yeousch, I'm also a director. I'm a man of many hats, and I'm very proud to say that I'm a director and I get to put content up here on Yeousch. So Yeousch, damn it. And guys, I do a real top 10 show on my channel where I take real top 10 subjects that could be anything from restaurants, cars, girls, video games, and we break them down and we have a good time with it. So I'm going to do a special edition and maybe start a series over here on Yeousch with that as well. And we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. We're going to go back to the golden age. We're going to take you back. Now, a lot of you probably didn't experience this like some of us older guys, but we're going to do the top 10 best NES games of all time. That's right, Nintendo Entertainment System, the one that kicked it off. We're going to roll with it. I'm going to give you my top 10 and then some notables at the end because there was so many freaking badass games for the regular Nintendo system. Blow that thing off, stick it in there, get it to work, and just go to town, guys. It brings back so many memories, and for you younger guys that may have not ever played this, go to your GameStop or Game Exchange or wherever you get video games, and man, you can pick one up for like 30 or 40 bucks and get some games and dive into it. It's old school, but there's nothing like it. Hands down, one of the best systems ever made, along with the Super NES. So we're going to get started, guys, and coming in at number 10 is Blades of Steel Hockey. Now, the reason this is on my list is because you can fight people, and I remember when I got this, and we were playing, and you can, like, I don't remember how you do it, but you tap the A and B button until you get to the point where you're fighting, throw off your gloves, and then I think you can do jabs and uppercuts, and it was just amazing. At the time, it was the biggest thing out, and that was the number one reason we got it. We didn't care who won the hockey game. We just wanted to get in a fight every time we could with our guys. So number 10 is Blades of Steel. Coming in at number 9 is RC ProAm. It was made in 1988, and I remember spending hours of fun with this thing. The little RC cars or Pro-Am sprint cars going around the track. Talk about fast-paced. I mean, going through collecting letters, going through oil slicks, just an amazing time. All of these games had such a hold-down quality of replay. I mean, you couldn't really save them. Once you turned it off, you started over. But it didn't matter back then. It just didn't matter. It was fun every time you put it in. So RC Pro-Am's number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Bobble with Bub and Bob, made in 1988. And some of you may be like, oh, what is that? That looks like a little kid's game. This game was intense. When you get to like level 100 and you're having to work with a partner and you're Bub and Bob, going through some of these levels was insane. If you guys have never played this, you definitely need to get it up. It's like a type of puzzle game, but you trap people in bubbles and stuff. But it was really, really amazing at the time. And I still enjoy it to this day. I played it with my 7-year-old Bryce not too long ago. It's a fun game. Number 7 is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Now, even you young guys probably remember this one or have heard of it. It was made in 1997, and this was another one I can pull memories back like crazy about it, getting to King Hippo. And when you get to him, you could never knock him down. You couldn't even punch him. And me and my buddy had to call the Nintendo Power Hotline back in the day when we were kids and figure out how to do it and get him to drop his pants so we could punch him and knock him out. I mean, Bald Bull, Soda Popinski, all of them. And that's not even talking about when you got to Mike Tyson and for the first minute and a half or whatever of the round, he could knock you out with one punch. It was good stuff. Awesome game. Number 6 is Metroid, made in 1987, Samus Aran. I still remember the code to unlock everything. It was Justin Bailey, and then you underscored underneath it, and that you unlocked, and I think you could see her as a girl. And that was the way I beat this game because I cheated because it was so hard to me. But it was the start of a franchise. It was amazing. It was a fun game. The worlds were huge in it for an NES game, and that's why it's on my list. Number 5, now I'm going to cheat a little on a couple of these guys. The Mega Man series, I'm not going to pick one game. The original one came out in 1987, but the first 4, 5, or 6, however many were on the NES, they were awesome. If you've never played Mega Man, I suggest you do it. You don't want to die having played the original Mega Man games. Dr. Wily, getting through the 8 bosses and then going on to the fortress or whatever at the end of each one of these, which was insanely huge. And some of them, if you died, you had to start over at the very beginning. Very challenging game. Loved it. It's one of my favorites of all time. So Mega Man, the series, comes in at number 5. Number 4 is Contra and Super C. I'm cheating again. I'm putting both of them in there. I still remember the code to this day for Contra. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, select, start to get 30 free men when you start. If you ever played this, you and your buddies, everybody went for the S gun. Whenever you killed somebody, you could get these fire guns and laser guns, but everybody wanted the spreader. The spreader was the gun to have, and you guys reminisce with me if you played this. You know what I'm talking about. Coming in at number 3 is the Double Dragon series. Billy and Jimmy, guys. This was one of the first fighting games that I ever played. I played it on arcade. It was amazing. I loved it. The first one came out in 1985. Double Dragon 2 and 3 were just as good to me. Obviously, it went on to be a bigger franchise. Man, I loved it. Nostalgic isn't even the word right now that I'm going over this list. But if you've never played Double Dragon, you definitely need to hit it up. Coming in at number 2 is the Mario series. Mario 1, 2, and 3, guys. 1985 was the original release of this, and this is basically what kicked Nintendo off. And Mario 1, awesome game. Mario 2, it was good. It was weird. Very weird game. Mario 3 blew it out of the water. I remember watching the movie The Wizard. And if you've never seen that, with Fred Savage when he was a kid, and we had got Mario 3, and this kid had to travel to Las Vegas to go to a video tournament, and he was playing Mario 3, and he found the warp whistles and everything that we didn't know were there, and we're all shitting our pants going to run to play the game after we watched this to find these warp whistles and stuff. Amazing game. Awesome entertainment value when it comes to games. Mario 3 was amazing. Just one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. In my opinion counts because it's my show. Number 1. Remember, this is me, guys. These are my top 10. Number 1 is Zelda. I spent so many hours playing this game. It was made in 1987. I totally engrossed myself in Link's Adventure. Zelda 2 sucked, but Zelda 1 was amazing, and so much put into it. The dungeons, the swords, your inventory, everything. It was just fully put together. Awesome game. That's why it's number 1 on my list, guys. I've got a ton of notables here because there were so many good games put out for the NES, and I'll put those at the end of here real quick so you can see them. Yeousch, I hope you had fun with this. Put in the comment section what the next top 10 series you would like to see on Yeousch, on my Yeousch show for this. Not saying for my regular show, but put in there, and don't put porno stars. Everybody puts that, and we'll get to that eventually. But give me some ideas. Give me some feedback. You guys rate and comment the video. This is Jimmy or Chaos Silencer, and Yeousch.